Welcome to the An English Coffee Office. Today is Wednesday, September 24, and like every morning, David and Alex are at the coffee machine.
Hey Alex, good morning. How's your week shaping up so far?
Morning, David. It's been pretty hectic, but I'm hanging in there. You?
Same here, chasing deadlines left and right. Grabbed my coffee yet?
Just did. Black as usual. So, did you catch the news this morning?
Yeah. I always check it while commuting. That thing about the French government collapsing, wild, right?
Totally. I read in the Washington Post that the Prime Minister resigned after a no-confidence vote. It's like their whole political setup is shaking up.
No kidding. Makes you think about how unstable things can get over there. Impacts business too. I bet trade deals might stall.
Exactly. To be honest, it reminds me of how we need to stay in the loop with international politics. Could affect our supply chain somehow.
True that. France is a big player in Europe. If their government's down, who knows what happens to exports or partnerships? We've got clients there, right?
We do. Last quarter, we were talking about expanding into the EU market. This could throw a wrench in those plans. Make everything more unpredictable.
Totally. It's like when our team had that sudden project shift last month. Everyone's scrambling, but on a national scale, yikes.
By the way, have you thought about how this ties into economics? The article mentioned budget issues leading to the vote. Austerity measures didn't sit well with the assembly.
Yeah, austerity sounds like cutting corners everywhere. Reminds me of our budget meetings. We need to trim the fat, they say, but it always hits the little guy.
Spot on. Actually, it's interesting how politics and economics are so intertwined. One vote and boom, the whole government's out. Makes you appreciate our steady office routine.
For sure. Anyway, switching gears, have you seen the latest on tech? Apple's testing a foldable iPhone.
Oh yeah, the New York Times had a piece on it. They're doing trials in Taiwan, aiming for something revolutionary.
Revolutionary? Sounds like it could change the game for sales. Imagine pitching that to clients, foldable screens for better productivity on the go.
For sure. As a project manager, I'd love one for reviewing docs without lugging a laptop. But will it actually hit the market soon?
Who knows? Tech moves fast, but delays are common. Keeps us on our toes, though. I bet it'll have that dual screen setup, like unfolding into a mini tablet.
Exactly what the report said. They're focusing on durability this time, after past foldables had hinge issues. It's all about making it practical for everyday use.
Practical is key in sales. Picture this. I'm at a client meeting, pull out my phone, and it unfolds into a presentation board. No more fumbling with projectors.
That would save time. In our remote work setup, gadgets like that could make hybrid meetings smoother. Less can you see my screen? Moments?
Right? To be honest, I'm excited but skeptical. Apple prices everything sky high. Will regular folks like us afford it?
Good point. The article hinted at a premium launch maybe next year, but if it catches on, competitors will follow suit. Think Samsung or Google jumping in.
Oh, they'll have to. It's like that arms race in tech. Anyway, speaking of changes, that story out of Brazil caught my eye.
The protests? Yeah. USA Today reported millions marching against giving amnesty to former President Bolsonaro.
Right. It's all about society pushing back on political figures. Shows how people are really engaged in their democracy.
Engaged is one word for it. Must be chaotic, but good to see folks standing up for what they believe. Relates to our team meetings sometimes voicing opinions. True. It makes me appreciate our stable office vibe. No massive protests here, just coffee chats.
Lucky us. The crowds were huge, peaceful, but firm. They don't want him getting off easy after that coup attempt conviction.
Precisely. The piece detailed how Congress is debating the amnesty bill, but public outcry is loud. It's a reminder of accountability and leadership.
Accountability, we could use more of that in business too. Like when bosses promise raises but drag their feet. People march in the break room.
Subtly, yeah. But seriously, Brazil's situation highlights social movements. From what I read, it's tied to broader issues like democracy and justice.
Yeah, and it's not just politics, it's cultural. Folks uniting for a cause makes our daily gripes seem small, like this coffee's too weak today.
Exactly. By the way, how does this affect global views? Brazil's a big economy, protests could slow things down?
Could ripple to trade. We're not directly involved, but if instability spreads, markets get jittery. Clients hate uncertainty.
True. As project managers, we plan for risks like that. Diversify suppliers, stay flexible.
Smart. Anyway, enough world news. How's that big project coming along? You touching base with the team later?
Yeah, got a catch-up meeting at 10. Deadlines are tight, but we're making progress. What about your sales pipeline?
Packed. 3 calls this morning alone. One client's pushing for a discount, always the same story.
Hang in there. Negotiate smart. Remember last time? You turned it around with that demo?
Thanks. You're the organized one, keeping us all in the loop. Ever think about switching to sales? You'd kill it.
Nah, I like the structure. Projects have clear goals, sales sounds too unpredictable, like these news stories.
Fair enough. To be honest, I envy your calm under pressure. My mornings are all adrenaline.
And mine are all checklists. Balance, right? Anyway, we should grab lunch sometime. Talk more shop.
Deal Thursday, keep it casual.
Perfect. See you then.
Cool. Time to dive into the day. Wish me luck with those calls.
You've got this. Talk later.
Thanks. Catch you around.
Time to get to work. Don't forget to subscribe and practice your English every day. You'll see how it just keeps getting better and better. See you tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic day.